what other stocks have had issues with the FTDs and the deletions? Please give me a list.
Are all the FTDs, all the threshold list stocks completely bogus? Because are they all experiencing these same glitches?
Yeah, and I would also say, is that not malpractice in your pursuit of being a referee or regulatory agency? If every single piece of data on FTDs, that's like one of your biggest pieces of data that you provide, if they all contain errors, is that malpractice?
Yeah. And if it's malpractice, can we sue you?
Apparently not. Yeah. Apparently not.
Yeah, because it was malpractice in the duty of our authority exercised by Congress or whatever. Yeah.
Well, if you're not able, it turns into is this malpractice then? Should your regulatory authority be taken away from you?
Yeah.
Are you an NFL referee that needs to be, facing criminal charges? That's That's so you're a regulatory agency. You should be a referee. You shouldn't be betting on games.
Yep. Yeah. So, I know lots of us were hoping for a murmur from the court by now about something, but.
Well, after what I heard, and I talked to some of the judges, and they were just saying how they were so swamped.
Yeah.
I became very sympathetic for them because these are really great judges that I was with all week, and they were really excellent, and they were just saying how it was so just insane, and how a lot of them are working till 10 or 11 p.m. in the circuit court. So imagine in the district courts, and there was 2 federal judges there, and one had to leave about 40 minutes after he got to Gainesville, Florida. Which, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Florida, but Gainesville is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But there was some administrative emergency that he just had to leave and could not continue the program because the courts are so backed up, and they just needed him. He just left. So, I mean, I did realize, like, there is, especially, right now in Florida with this tort reform legislation, which we all knew about. Every attorney in Florida heard about it. It was a pretty big deal, but I didn't realize, and we all saw like memes about the courts getting a lot of filings. But then when somebody said that, it was over like 2,000 to the one judge in 1 week, I was like, okay, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, well, we know, people reading the news that what's been happening in Florida is you have a giant hurricane, it hits, it wipes out billions and billions and billions of dollars in real estate. You have lots of claims happening. Entire insurance companies may be getting vaporized based on these claims. And insurance costs have skyrocketed in Florida to just obscene levels right now.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah. and so people who need like a new roof and their insurance company isn't providing them their new roof because they had a hurricane hit them, are suing. And so you have lots of these damaged properties trying to sue, but you probably also lots of people that just need a new roof and they don't want to pay for it. They're going to blame the hurricane and something that's
cars too. People who were injured in car accidents, all this. So they limited damages, where you cannot get now a certain, like you can only get policy limits or something, right? In your damages. And they used to be able to get whatever damages the jury found appropriate.
Yeah.
But now people said, so the law goes into effect in December or January. The bill was signed in December or January, I believe, and it went into effect in March.
Okay. So they had to just get everything in before then to be able to qualify. Yeah.
For to be able to get over policy limits, et cetera, et cetera. So there was literally any case that people were sitting on, they filed.
Yeah.
And I heard about like different law firms about people like staying in till 3 a.m. and da-da-da. We hear about these stories. We're like, haha, sucks for them. Like, moving on.
Yeah.
And then now the judges are telling us, I got 2,000 cases assigned to me in 1 week.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow, there's a lot of craziness to this that I didn't realize. And it was really clogging and backing up the courts more than I'd realized. And I felt bad because these judges take their jobs very seriously.
Yeah.
Like, nobody takes their job as seriously as a judge. They really care about civility, professionalism, like all of that's so important to them, because a lot of these judges too, you have to remember they're a lot older.
Yeah.
So for them, decorum is important. Maintaining professionalism is important, all these things. So they want their courts orchestrated a certain way, and things were thrown off of Zoom and now things are going back to in person. And these judges are trying to keep the courts running smoothly and efficiently and with professionalism and decorum. And it's hard when you're trying to kind of also pace things up to keep it from getting sloppy. There's a lot of attorneys that are not so great at their jobs, unfortunately. And then you have judges that are telling them like, hey, we need to keep professionalism in the courtroom and amongst each other, and you have to treat each other with like a certain level of professionalism. And there used to be in when you take the oath as an attorney, it says you promise to be a zealous attorney. And they're taking that word out now because they're saying people are just not acting with professionalism. They're trying to be so aggressive as advocates, but that's not what advocating is, right? You want your attorney to be classy, professional, elegant, and win for you based on the merits, and win for you because they have a better argument, not because they were a better bulldog. So you see a lot of people using like emotional stuff right now in courts, and judges just having to deal with that, and then trying to also like speed up the paces. And it's just been, I'm sure for them, it's just been terrible.
Yeah.
If you want to be a judge, it was not in 2008 and it was not now. So
yeah.